here early. It's coming how I have when I came. But yeah, I mean, I did this for 5 years, but I did it with kids, not adults. You do? Isn't it an education? A doctorate in education? When I work with kids, I still come and work out multiple disabilities for their whole career. I thought it's so you are my way when I telephone.
Did you take her books? I think for a little while. Oh.
You guys passing it around again? There's nothing good in it.
What's great?
Oh, really? Everybody thinks.
I gotta tell you, his girlfriend is coming to me, right? His girlfriend is coming to me, right?
Really?
Oh, where's she at now? Where's she at now? Where's she at now? Isn't it fun to be young and in love?
I know.
Now everybody knows that he blushed. And her name is Michelle.
Oh, great. Okay.
She's here. She's here now. Now he can relax, I think. We're not sure.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And he's here. Yeah, she's here. It's safe. It's safe, you know. It's Michelle.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Dennis, and it's my pleasure to serve as this morning's worship associate for this service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County, Florida. First, will you please silence your phones, and I will remind you to turn them back on at the end of the service. Now, if you will rise in body and or spirit for our opening hymn, number 67 in the gray hymnal, we sing now together.
Sorry. The wrong song.
Pretty.
Nice song.
Sing of the freedoms which marked the heroes. Teachers, the dreamers, designers, and citizens, all spending my breath to the many their deeds and their days and their years. We sing of community, now making in every far continent, region, with all the races, all times, and region places, we learn just to go to stand.
Whatever.
This service is being broadcast live via YouTube. Consequently, to respect and protect everyone's privacy, it will be our practice to use first names and, when helpful, last initials. I wish to express my gratitude to the technology wizards, Doug and Tom. Thanks for those who are serving as greeters and those who have prepared snacks and set up for our post-service social time. Special thanks to Margaret and my fellow choir members, and a special thanks for today's speakers, Betty, Randy, Laura, and Patrick. I'd like to remind you of a couple simple procedures that will help our broadcast and real-time service run more smoothly. For those who are watching via YouTube, you may wish to have a candle or a chalice available for our chalice lighting ritual. If you are visiting for the first time, please stand or raise your hand and tell us your first name and where you are from so we may greet you following the service. If you have not done so, please see one of our greeters following the service if you wish to share your contact information. Is there anyone here that's new or returning after an absence? No? Are we good? Ah. Nancy's going to bring the mic to you.
Sorry. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me again. It's my second for service. I have been here for a couple little social things last year. It was really fun, and I really enjoy your church, your fellowship. Michelle. Welcome.
We are a progressive and inclusive spiritual community. We value the free and responsible search for truth and meaning, reason, conscience, and compassion. We encourage intellectual inquiry, foster growth, and prompt social justice and environmental responsibility. Our welcome is genuine. Betty will light our chalice this morning. The lighting of the chalice is a ritual that unites Unitarian Universalists everywhere. It is a symbol of so many of our values: love, guidance, courage, sacrifice, illumination, passion, and the light of community. No single interpretation is sacrosanct over others. Like our faith, they are all inclusive and accepted. Now, will you please read the chalice lighting words in your order of service? Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek to treat well, and to help one another. And now I have the pleasure of inviting Jane to come forward to share a story for all ages.
Dennis, crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please. Margaret, that was beautiful, and I'm so glad we didn't miss it. Now, if Jane will come forward.
Microphone. Need a microphone.
It would have been about 15 minutes for me to figure that out. You're gonna need a helper to put up the sign. Anybody willing to do this? Okay. And when I point, that's when you're gonna lift it up, and that's when the audience can say Australia. And you three as well. Okay, but you don't have to do it right this minute. I guess you could pop up, or what would you prefer to do? Oh, he's willing to stand. And I need another person. Okay, there's going to be a part of the story where we're going to say it's been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. We've all had those kind of days. And what is your name? AJ is going to hold that up so you'll know when that's your part. Okay? And everybody can say it because we all have those days. And my cat woke me up at 10 to 5. I really wanted to sleep in because I have a little bit of an allergy going. So this book is always one of my favorites. I used to teach decades and decades ago, and I worked with children my whole life of all ages, adult children, etc. It's about a boy who had a very terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. So maybe this will bring back memories, very long ago memories for some of you. And maybe this will bring memories more recently for some of you. And this is on the theme of nurturing. We need to vent. We need to get things out and not hold it in, like a lot of us were told when we grew up. And we need to do other things to nurture ourselves. And, gratitude is one of the ways to feel better as well. Okay, I'm going to start. And normally I did stand, but, I feel like I could sit down today. That's nurturing myself. Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day by Judith Viorst, illustrated by Ray Cruz. And I'll go up like this when you do your part, and I'll point when you do, and everybody else does that part. Okay? So now people have to think of what they're going to do. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth. And now there's gum in my hair. It doesn't sound like it's on. I'll try it again. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink. While the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And here is Alexander, the sweater in the sink. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box. Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal. But in my breakfast cereal, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to... Some people have said they moved to Canada the last few years and before, but we're going to do Australia today. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. You guys ever fight about having a window seat? I guess you're old enough. Yeah. Oh, you still? Yeah. Audrey, and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be car sick. Nobody even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And here's all the people in the car. Which seat do you like? Window? How about you?
Window.
Oh, and sometimes that doesn't work out. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And here is Alexander, exasperated. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. And here are the people. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. Here is. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds. Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? I think his mom did? His dad did? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And here he is, kind of exasperated. With my kids, it would have been that I gave them a health food lunch, and they wanted everybody else's not so good lunches. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in my mouth. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Nope. Next week, I said I'm going to Australia. Here he is. Most of us feel like that, too, when we have to go to the dentist. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot. While we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby. And you know, it's okay. Everybody cries. Nobody's a crybaby. If anybody calls you a crybaby, it's just not true. We all have feelings. Every culture, every age, crying is important. And here he is. How do you think he feels being called crybaby?
Bad.
Yeah. Any other things that you think sad, bad and sad? While I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and for fighting. Because fighting isn't usually the best way of solving a problem, although sometimes you have to do it to defend your life. I was having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everybody. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoe man said, we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white shoes, but they can't make me wear them. Do you guys like white shoes? No. Doesn't look like it.
They get dirty fast.
They do. Well, these aren't my favorite, but they have pink, which matches my outfit. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as I could, except for my elbow. He also said, don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate lima beans. Anybody like lima beans? I still don't like them. Do you guys like them?
I don't know.
You don't have them too much? There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. You guys like kissing?
No.
He's sticking his tongue out. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. You ever get soap in your eyes when you take a shower? I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. And there he is. Do you wear railroad train pajamas? No, no. Do you have a special kind that you like? No? Do you? No? When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat, I don't think the car would want to sleep with him. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. And here they are. And even in. Okay, you two can sit down. Now, remember, everyone has a bad day sometime. What can you do when you're having a bad day, feeling left out, sad, mad, lonely, hurt? What can you do? Can you think of anything you can do when you're feeling that way? Anybody have any idea what you can do?
Sing a song.
Music?
Dance?
Dance?
Play?
Oh, yes.
Chocolate?
Chocolate, dark chocolate particularly is healthy. Play basketball. I like to hike, run, bike. What else did I say? Get a hug from somebody. One thing that's very important is asking for someone to listen and keep trying until someone does. Because sometimes we think somebody is a friend and they're really not. Talk to a parent, a friend, a relative, a counselor. Keep talking till somebody listens. And do something that makes you happy. Practice loving kindness. That means think of something good about yourself. And remember that we all make mistakes. And try not to be hard on ourselves. And be kind to all living things, because when we do, we feel better and they feel better. Okay, thanks for helping out. Thank you. And now I don't know how to put this back up.
He'll take care of it. Thank you, Jane. It's always a joy to recognize and introduce our newest members. While anyone can become a member at any time, this ceremony is our way of formally and publicly welcoming them. I would now ask Joseph and Robert to come forward.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. So glad to be here. So, Lee, would you mind joining us this morning? Could you come up to the stage here? Appreciate you. Great, thank you. It's a joy to welcome you as a member to our community. Becoming a member of this congregation is an important step, but it's only a first step. I encourage you to grow your spiritual life and to explore and share your unique gifts with us as you grow. Lee, will you journey together with us, sharing your joys and responsibilities as a member of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County?
I will.
Thank you. Members of the congregation, will you reach out to Lee in friendship, including him in all your activities and fellowship? Your response is, I will. Will you walk with Lee on his spiritual and personal journey? Will you be open to Lee's unique gifts and life experiences? Will you extend a warm welcome to Lee and remember that you were once new here as well? Thank you.
Lee, we all join our strengths, talents, and commitment with yours. You are now officially part of the community and a part of your journey. Keep in mind that ours is a shared ministry. That means we all are committed to helping each other find meaning to life, to building a just and compassionate world, and to working to fulfill the vision and mission of this fellowship. Let's all give Lee and of the new members and a round of applause.
Lee, are you a coffee or tea drinker?
Tea.
I so happen to have tea here for you. Okay. And here's a packet with some information about the fellowship. And Lee, if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. And once again, let's thank Lee. And he is our newest member. Yeah.
So let's all have a very fantastic, wonderful day.
See if we can do the right song this time.
Now please rise in body and or spirit and join in singing hymn number 16 in the gray hymnal. 'Tis a gift to be simple.
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just round to be, you are heavenly love and divine. The true simplicity is gain, and now and in that we shall be ashamed to turn the light by the turning we come. Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to go where we ought to be. Simplicity of faith, to make we shall be ashamed to turn. We are the light from the turning tide.
We have a long tradition at UUFCC of sharing our joys and sorrows and life milestones by entering them into the book of life. The book can be found on the table where Joseph is picking it up. Thank you. If you aren't planning to be in the sanctuary on a Sunday morning, you may email your joys, sorrows, personal milestones to the Book of Life at UUFCC.org. Messages should be sent no later than the Saturday prior to the service. During the Sunday morning service following the receipt of your message, the worship associate will read your words to the congregation and, following the service, transcribe the message into the Red Book. In our tradition, we revere the living of our lives as a sacred endeavor, believing that the joys and sorrows we experience hallow the living of our days. So, in a mood of prayer and meditation, I will now read from a book of life. This is from me. After today's service, I'm traveling to Palm Bay across the state to celebrate Thanksgiving with my best friend, Tim. I'll be gone for about a week, and I am so excited. This is from Jackie D., Adam D., AJ, and Zach. We are thankful for a place that is a balm for an aching heart. For the loss of our Aunt Terry on Thursday, we ask that you keep her husband, Ronnie, daughter Evelyn, granddaughter Brittany, and great-granddaughter Ariana in your thoughts, especially along with the rest of our family. Now, in the spirit of respectful witness, I invite you to share your joys or sorrows through the ritual of dropping stones into the water. Each stone is a milestone, a story embraced by the great pool of life. Each falls in reverence, stone piling on stone, and creating an altar of sorrow and joys. If you would like to participate, the compassion of this congregation falls as softly as stones through the water, surrounding our loved ones and friends in its quiet embrace. If you would like to participate in this ritual, please come forward and speak into this microphone while sharing. As you drop a stone into the water, tell us your first name and what major changes are shaping you on your path. Please be brief, and remember there will be time for announcements later in the service. Does anyone care to come up and share?
Hi, my name is Joseph. I always forget to put the stone in. I'll do that now, so it's top of mind. Have you ever had a partner that is pretty annoying about doctor's visits? Well, I was that person for Lynn. She wasn't feeling that well this week, so I was that annoying partner that said, "Oh, well, let's go to the doctor." And I'm so glad to announce that she's feeling much better and has almost completely recovered from a little respiratory issues. So be that annoying partner because you could do some good in this world. They'll get over it. They'll get over being annoyed with you. And I'm grateful that my daughter is spending time with me. She's been here for 2 weeks. So she's 26 and I'm 62. So there's this tremendous gulf between us. But I'm learning a lot about young people and what they think and how they struggle with what it's like to live in this world with all of its many demands. Appreciative that Richard Patrick is here, Vice President of the NCAA. Oh, did I say that right? Yeah, exactly. I have trouble with acronyms. He's not in charge of a sports organization. He's in charge. Something happens when you're up here at the mic. You should try it. So that's all for now. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I'm placing the stone in for our neighbor Nancy, who's in the hospital. And I'm not sure what's going on, but she hasn't been well for quite a while.
Good morning. I'm Carolyn. Well, I could be up here 3 hours. This is the month of gratitude. If you started listing all the reasons you're grateful, you would be here for many, many hours, but I'm not going to do that. I'm also concerned about my dear sister friend who is in the hospital. As for concerns for her, I just love this place. I love the music. I love the quilts. I even like those New England Patriots in the back. Blessings to all.
I'm Ken, and my joy is that I get to write a lot of letters in this period of Thanksgiving. Letters of thank you, appreciation, and really appreciation for what people have contributed to my life. But they're all going to people who have died, because I have a long list, and I'm sure we all do, of people that have passed on, and we may not have thanked them appropriately when they were with us. So I have an opportunity to do that now.
Hi, as you know, I'm Lee. Been up here before. Yeah, even today. First time for everything. I don't remember going to kindergarten. I do remember going to boot camp in the Navy. I remember meeting my wife, and she passed 2 years ago. And the doctors I went to, the ones in the VA, said, go out and meet people, see people, introduce yourself. And I introduced myself to a little white kitten I got a month ago. And Victoria's becoming a friend besides tearing up my legs, crawling up. And no, yins are my friends. That's a Pittsburgh term. I'm not from New England. And say hello and bless you all.
I love exercising and being out either when it's dark or really early because I see all the birds and wildlife, and turtles and eagles and egrets and ibis, etc. Today I saw 3 dolphins along the harbor walk. They came back. The other thing is I wanted to thank Ken for having his hymnals, which I forgot because I was so focused on the children's book. Thanks for sharing.
I place this last stone for all the joys and sorrows that are too close to the heart to share right now. I have asked for folks to come forward in lieu of a sermon to tell us about the things that they are really thankful for. And at this point, I think we'll just go ahead and start. Betty, and then after Betty, Randy, and then Laura, and finally Patrick.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm sure you have all heard the song Let Her Go by the artist Passenger. It was released in 2012. If you listen to the lyrics, it says, "You only need the light when it's burning low. You only miss the sun when it starts to snow. You only know you've been high when you're feeling low. You only hate the road when you're missing home. You only know you love her when you let her go." It speaks about taking things for granted and coming to the realization of their value only after they are gone. When I was born in Ecuador back in the 1960s, Ecuador was an underdeveloped country where most of the people were poor. There was practically no middle class. We were fortunate to have an enclosed toilet outside in the patio. For us to bathe, my grandmother will heat water on the stove, and we will bathe outside in the patio twice a month. Nobody I knew had a car. We all got around by bus or we walked. Meat was expensive. We were primarily vegetarians, but not by choice. We feel blessed because my parents' generation, they had experienced hunger, house insecurity. They had limited access to education. They were working as young as 6 and 8 years old to help their families. And back in the 1960s in Ecuador, there was a mass migration of young adults driven by economic factors and sought to rebuild their lives elsewhere. My parents, my aunts, my uncles were part of that wave, selling everything they owned, borrowing to make the journey to the United States of America. After a 4-year separation, we joined our parents here in the United States. I found everything fascinating of our new home. We had a full refrigerator and pantry. We got around in our own car. We went to the theater and on trips. We had birthday parties with cake and gifts. We had a house with a complete bathroom with hot and cold running water. I was grateful and appreciative of it all. But as time went by, I just came to accept it as is until I will go back to Ecuador to visit family. I will be jolted back by the poverty that was now clearly a sharp contrast to the world I was living in the United States. While I was living in Ecuador as a child, that was all I saw. That was all I knew. On my return trips back to the United States, as I made my way down the steps of the plane, and I felt the firm ground of the tarmac, I felt like getting down on my knees and kissing the ground the way Pope John Paul II used to do. And I think we all need to be jolted back to what was so we can better appreciate what we have or had and why we need to be woke. Yes, woke. And if you truly love her, you will not let her go. You will fight for her with every ounce of your being. God bless America. Thank you.
Oh, yes. It's a gift to be simple. Some of us are more gifted than others. That's a joke. some things that I'm thankful for. What came to mind is just to be in this fellowship. Dennis started off saying it's a progressive and inclusive environment. Most of my life, I was in a repressive and exclusive environment. That's what I grew up in. In fact, a lot of what is scary now in the world, I saw that developing as I was a fundamentalist evangelical Christian homeschooling dad, and I saw the beginnings of Christian nationalism, and particularly my church didn't go for that kind of stuff. We were like heavenly citizens, don't vote, don't be involved. So the only one we really messed up was ourselves. So I'm thankful for that. And I did get to the Pride Festival to help out and support a little bit a few weeks ago, and I was there with Linda R., and she was speaking to people as they came up, and I never really had been on that side of things, and talking to people and listening to their questions about a UU church. What I heard was we're a fellowship, based on values, not doctrine, and that is very much something that I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for it's a place now that I feel like I have a voice again. I lost my voice, not mean my emotional, being able to express my feelings and all that where I was, because my attitudes changed, my thoughts changed. I began to have empathy, and see things differently. At that point, I knew I just wasn't, what I wanted to say would not be accepted. There was a lot of excommunications and things like that from where I was, and that took some time for me to get past all that, and lots of therapy. So I am very much thankful for those in the mental health fields, because I've had therapists, and starting off with very conservative Christians early on, and then I've always been looking for more and more help, and it was sort of just a maze to pull myself out of. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful that I lost my voice so that I can find a better one. I'm thankful really for the voice of women. That was suppressed where I was, and ironically, because I grew up in an abusive home, men could not help me. The men that I respected and knew, they had the answers, and their answers were not helpful. And if you didn't accept those answers, well, then it's your fault. Because it has to be true, because that's the doctrine. So I'm very happy that when I began my search online, blogs, authors, the people who helped me most were the ladies. So I'm thankful that for change. That change is possible. That change is possible, and especially thankful for now for really strong, feisty women who have really can speak their mind and give me help, set me straight, embarrass me, Jackie. So I know that there are some here who I find it ironic, and I'm almost done, that I can now use the words repentance and born again, it means something different to me now. It's like I've come out of a dark place, and now it's so ironic as to what I was brought up in. So I know that there are strong women here, women who did not receive approval from men, not in their lives, not their fathers, not their religious leaders, not their brothers, relatives, etc. I'm currently in love with such a woman. And Michelle's here today. She is fabulous and free, a free spirit. Just want to say to those who've carried on and used your voice to help, especially in times like this, but I'm say thank you. I'm proud of you. I have 6 kids, 4 daughters, 1 granddaughter, and I've been really trying to help, especially my daughters, find a place that is relationships that are not toxic and filled with shame and all of that comes with what I grew up in. So thank you.
I am most grateful that I have the capacity to love. I have great respect for the past, and I have confidence that the future is going to be magnificent. 2 of my grandparents were first-generation Americans, one from Canada and one from Ireland, another second-generation Scandinavian. All 3 were poor, working as farmers, lumberjacks, and housekeepers. My maternal grandmother is a descendant of the first white person in what is now known as the Ohio Valley. The only grandfather I knew was a patient, gentle man. He died when I was 8 years old, but I have fond memories of eating Nilla wafers with him on the porch. Nilla wafers might still be my favorite cookie. Both of my grandmothers were born in 1900. They both cooked and cleaned and took care of their homes and their families. Both also had careers outside of the house. One in the 1920s, one who worked when all the men were away at war. My parents grew up in Detroit, then moved to a small town to raise their children. They loved and supported each other. They loved and supported their children. I was raised to believe that I was valued, capable, and smart enough. Respect was important. Respect for each other and respect for myself. In 1974, I graduated from high school. I went to college in Tucson. It was there I saw a whole new world, a desert landscape and Mexican culture. I took in new perspectives and learned to see the world differently, different from the world of my youth. I studied history. My major was American Western history, and my minor was American Indian Studies. I had courses from Vine Deloria and Edward Abbey. I met Ansel Adams, Leslie Silko, and Russell Means. I saw Bruce Springsteen, Elton John, and Pink Floyd in concert. I hiked the Sonora Desert and left jugs of water for migrants. In 1984, I met the love of my life. He is, like my father and grandfather, thoughtful and kind. He is, as my father was, very patient with me. We have built a life together for ourselves and for our children. We have tried to provide a solid foundation for them and let them know they are valued, capable, and smart enough. Our children, Sherry and Andrew, are now parents, are good parents. They love their children and provide for them a solid and safe base from which to explore the world. Our youngest granddaughter, Lillian Marie, is 8 months old, and the eldest, Emma Dorothy, will soon be 25. Something shifted in my heart when these two were born, a shift that looked to the future. They and Emma's sisters, Claire Marie, Chloe Elizabeth, and her brother Jack Anderson, are all smart and beautiful. They are learning from their parents to respect themselves and others. They are keen on building a world that is better than the one they were born into, and I have every confidence that they will do just that. Cliff and I have opened our homes and our hearts to 5 exchange students, 3 teenagers, and 2 college students. Andrea lives in Santiago, Chile, Dieter in Belgium, and Mas in Oslo. Ifan and April have green cards and live in Salt Lake City. They are all parents now, too, and they are all good parents. My son-in-law and my sons are patient, kind, and loving men. My daughters-in-law and daughter are capable, intelligent women. We love and support them and are honored to be abuelo, abuela, oma, opa, bestemor, farfar, yeye, nai, grandma and grandpa to their children. After living in Utah for 30 years, we now split our time between Idaho and Florida. In Florida, every morning at 8:30, Loving Light Yoga offers classes on the Englewood Beach. Sometimes the yoga flow becomes second nature, and I don't think about the pose, but I touch Mother Earth and feel the grounding of my ancestors. I look across the water toward Mexico, and I feel the current of love moving through me. I do a warrior pose, and my lungs are replenished with fresh, clean, and promising future. Then I face the sun and feel my heart filling up with all that is good in the world. Namaste.
Good morning. I'm Patrick E., he, him pronouns. I'm grateful for many things. First comes to mind is my partner, Michael. We've been together for 37 years. Initially, we worked together 24 hours a day, and we survived that. I'm grateful that we are together and able to share our differences and different desires and personalities. We're like Lee, we're from Pittsburgh area. I met him, my partner, in the produce yards on the dock. So I was a salesman selling wholesale fruits by the case or by the pallet. I'm also grateful for my health. I'm generally doing well. I appreciate that. I am blessed with good genes. On my mother's side of the family, those grandparents and great aunts and uncles lived into their 90s. My father was born in Ireland, so I'm first generation American. And my mother's side, that grandmother, who I was very close to, grew up in an orphanage. She was an orphan. Her mother was the cook there, but she raised with the other orphans. They all had their chores. She had many, many wonderful stories about they did care for them, and they gave them Christmas whatever they wanted. Which it was, I loved her stories. I'm also grateful for growing up in a working class family. I don't need new brand items or the latest trends. I'm happy with the necessities of life. I'm grateful for my friends and chosen family that enrich my life, and we know we can depend on each other. And I'm grateful for my retirement after putting many years working in healthcare, I really enjoyed that, working with people and helping them get stronger again. I have the privilege of choosing how to spend my time now that I am retired. Time is a very precious commodity. I don't have an alarm clock to get up in the morning anymore if I don't have anything scheduled for that day. I have the privilege of sleeping in, and I call it the retirement rollover. You can roll over to the other side of the bed and go back to sleep. So that is... I'm also, of course, grateful for this fellowship, like-minded people on certain issues, but also diverse life experiences that we can share. And like Randy, I am very drawn to strong women. Like my grandmother, not my mother, she was timid, but my grandmother was very strong in keeping the family together. I think because of the orphanage, family was more important to her, that we were all together. I am also grateful for the windows provided for me at this fellowship to learn about different organizations in need or the wonderful work they do to help our community. I'm also grateful for my empathy for different groups or individuals. Even though I can't totally understand what they're going through or who they are, I can listen and try to learn the best I can. So life is an adventure with many new discoveries and new people to get to know. Finally, I am grateful that I am not alone.
To the four of you, I knew it would be wonderful. Thank you. In our tradition, congregations exist because of the generous support of members and friends. It is our privilege and our responsibility to ensure the health and future of this fellowship. To this end, your offerings to support the ministry of this fellowship, whether by pledge or donation, may be offered online. There are several ways you can give. You can mail checks to the office, drop them in our mailbox, or call the office and make other arrangements. We are also equipped to accept donations through the Venmo app. Payments through this app should be made to UUFCC offering. If you would like your donation to apply to anything other than the operating fund, like our second helping, for example, please indicate your intentions in the checks memo line. If you are with us for the first time, do not feel obligated to give. Today, you are our guest. This morning, the offertory music will be provided by the choir. The anthem is entitled Care for the Creation.
I give thanks to my Creator, to the one who gave me I offer my thanksgiving for all I show my true thanksgiving when I nurture all that's within my care. Let me worship the Creator, as I live my life to worship and behold. And I sing and I will praise for my days, as how I care for the creation of the world. I will care for the creation of the Lord. As I grow among God's children, may I show respect and care for the Creator young, as I live my life to worship and restore. I will sing and I will praise what the measure of my days. That's how I live for the redemption of the Lord. I will get for the redemption of the Lord.
Now it's time to highlight UUFCC's special events and activities and to accept this morning's offering. Please remember to check your weekly UUFCC updates, which include a calendar and links for connecting via Zoom or in person. Additionally, if you would like to have fellowship events highlighted during the service, you can email the worship associates at bookoflife@uufcc.org. I don't have any special announcements this morning. Are there any? Please.
Well, I wanted to mention today at 6 o'clock, I'm having PFLAG is putting on an improv class here. So I'm going to be picking up 2 trays, vegetables, meat and cheese with drinks and snacks. Free, bring a friend. You can participate or just be an audience. Time to laugh and get together. And whatever food's left over, I'm going to give it to Array, which they will be here. So all Rainbow Allied Youth, which is a drop-in center for youth in Port Charlotte. So I welcome to see. Let's get together and have fun.
Thank you. Oh dear, I've lost my hymnal. Our closing words are a responsive reading. You find it in the back of the gray book, 515. For the sun and the dawn which we did not create.
For the moon and the evening, which we did not make.
For food which we plant but cannot grow.
For friends and loved ones we have not earned and cannot buy.
For this gathered company which welcomes us as we are, from wherever we have come.
For all our free churches that keep us human and encourage us in our quest for beauty, truth, and love.
For all things which come to us as a gift of being from sources beyond ourselves.
You give us life and love and friendship. You lift our hearts in thanks this day.
Now as Betty extinguishes the chalice, but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. May these ideals shine in our lives and warm our hearts until we are together again. Go now in peace. And our closing hymn is it's marked in my hymnal back there. 217. And following this hymn, don't forget to turn your phones back on.
to die for the higher good. Sing the song. With cymbals and drums and flute, singing and music we praise you, hallelujah. Oh, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. Father and Mother and Sovereign of the seas, we worship you with the power of John. With cymbals and strings and flute, singing and music we praise you, sing hallelujah. Oh, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. Father and Mother and Sovereign Lord and ceasing sky must speeches from far. Hallelujah. Cymbals and strings and flute, with dancing, singing and worship we praise you, sing hallelujah.
Go in peace and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.